Hello everyone, it is the me, Ping21, and today we are going to be talking about this. Now, much like the cloaker himself once said...
I know, I'm late.
With that said, what are we talking about today? Well, since this is a smaller supplementary video, because I usually release those on Fridays, this one I wanted to release and talk about the Grumzz situation, and just weigh in a little bit on this. Now, I, of course, went through his Twitter, went through and talked about his stuff, and just wanted to talk a couple of things here. So, who is Grumzz, first of all? So, as you may or may not know who this man is a developer. Now, we've seen him a couple times on the channel because he was actually being one of those people that was floating in the background. I didn't know much about him at first, but apparently he's the person who worked on things such as Firefall and worked on things in Blizzard and a few other aspects. However, it came out that he, unfortunately, couldn't actually finish projects and had this sort of very stupid rock star mentality, thinking very highly of himself. Think John Romero, just without the talent, and mainly during the Daikatana arc. But rather than actually having the talents and actually having the kind of balls to back it up, he kind of doesn't. At least that's the best that I can do here. So, why is it that he is being talked about today? Well, for one reason, and one reason only. This dumbass, stupid take right here. The psychonomy, the psychonomy of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was and how much pride they took in their work. Starfeild's start screen either shows hastily shipping deadlines by a passionate team over work or a team that didn't care. Look at that ratio. Apparently this was seen by over 8.7 million people, at least at the time that I took this thing. That was earlier this week. I think I posted about this on Twitter as well, so whenever I did that, just when this screenshot was taken, so yikes. But I'm gonna be honest here, I kind of like this. There has been enough, if I'm going to like commentate on this sort of take here, first of all, the start screen isn't that bad. In fact, I actually kind of like it because it shows a planet there. It might even like be stuck in this specific position and then turn around so you can actually see the phases of how the sun kind of moves across the sky and stuff like that. But no, I don't have the screenshot specifically. I wanted to see a screenshot of like where the person who was another developer that actually worked on the game talked about how it's not that cheap. He then goes on to say, start screens are often done at the very end of development. Teams are too busy to making the core game. It's quite common for the start screen to completely change once the game is shipping or on patch 0. Teams that take pride want to put a good face forward and will often redo these just prior to the game going live. Okay, so if that's your updated take on this, why the fuck did you decide to comment on the fact that the start screen that was leaked sucked major donkey balls? Without putting this into context, you just kind of disproved and made your point fucking stupid. Not just because it looks like you are backtracking, because you're saying this start screen sucks, but oftentimes it does tend to get fixed, so, that's just my opinion. But that doesn't mean that your opinion can't get fucking lambasted. You sound like Unleashed. And this one was actually taken, I think, a little bit before. I remember seeing the Unleashed one first before I saw the Grumzz one. So the Unleashed, who is a very stupid, disgusting, dumbass PlayStation fanboy as well. Maybe not disgusting, but he's kind of a dumb PlayStation fanboy. Also commented that the Starfeild menu leak looks empty and generic and boring and procedurally generated 999 planets in the game. Even though that's not necessarily true, there are some fixed planets. Say that they said like about 100, maybe 200 were fixed, whereas the rest were not. So again, take that as you will. Kind of, again, you sound like Unleashed, who is already a kind of stupid nerd, who already is kind of a dumb. But yeah, he went on to then commentate and talk about other start screens just because he could. We have here for Chrono Trigger saying that they put a lot of thought into their start screen. Not only was it themed perfectly to the music, it was also the first screen to use Nintendo's Hardware Mode 7 on a title screen to animate the pendulum. And then we have Chrono Trigger, which again, somehow this is okay. Get where I'm coming from here. Starfeild screen sucks, but Chrono Trigger is good. Again, you can kind of see why a lot of people are clowning on this guy. And I'ma be honest, Chrono Trigger looks fine. I wouldn't, again, say that it's, like, the best, or that it's better or worse than Starfeild, because they're all UIs at the end of the day, and this is up to personal preference. But as a graphic designer, right, that I am, in terms of having the actual education, both are fine. If I were to pick one over the other, I would say Starfield's a little better, but not by a huge margin. Because again, these are designed very much the same, but they get the point across. Sometimes simplicity and minimalism is really good at getting across very complex points. Much like how he then goes into the Alien Isolation game, where that also works, and that is far and away better than a lot of other games' start screens, if we're talking about that. He then said, exactly, I never said minimalism was a criteria. Everyone is just imagining I did because it suits their worldview. You are now backtracking and sounding like a bitch. The use of the subtle VHS filters and sound designs in this shows this screen was loved. Right. And showing the vast array of the horizon line with a bright sun in the distance, showing the curvature of a planet, doesn't do the same thing for Starfeild. Next up, we have Baldur's Gate, which he talks about as well. That the Baldur's Gate start screen is impeccable. Who hasn't waited on this screen to see the distant adventures? Would you? They show a lot of passion. And again, I actually agree with this. Baldur's Gate start menu does look really, really, really cool. But again, this doesn't neglect the fact, or this doesn't make up for the fact that you said the Starfeild screen still sucks. Even though, again, it's just like a minimalistic tile screen. It's so fucking stupid. Then Paul Tassi comes up when you look up a word some 100k follower idiot tried to use to sound smart. It's most commonly linked to, I'm not going to repeat that. And then he says it's a start screen. But some of you are so triggered by the pull that card, game journalism, no less. Considering, again, that you were the one who made this whole stupid situation up for yourself, when you should have really just kept your mouth shut, really kind of goes to show you that you're kind of still the one in the wrong here, just saying. Just saying. Again, you didn't have to say anything about the Star Stream, but you did. And it was a dumb take. It was a really, really dumb take. It's a really, 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 really dumb take. It was just awful. And considering that the rest of the internet is kind of lambasting for this, and you are still trying to defend your point that the Starfeild screen sucks, even though, again, you said that not only did the Starfeild screen suck, but you said that the Alien Isolation screen was really good, which it is. But it's no... But each of them is to convey the different games and styles of it. And next up from this saga, because we gotta move this along quickly, just for anyone reading this thread, this is the guy trying to insult you on Twitter, which I'm not going to make any comments on that picture. It just is not flattering, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. Who did I insult? Literally fucking everyone. If you read my tweet as an insult, you are just projecting your own biases and projections. Like people who like orcs are racist? It reveals your own problems. Like people who like orcs are racist. It reveals your own problems. What? Like orcs from Warhammer? Because that's not really true. It just shows how fucking stupid they can be. And they're really funny. I don't get this. Like this is somehow worse than what we were talking about before. Like, what do you mean? So, yeah, of course, the way that you worded the sentence and the way that you were talking about it, you basically just not only insulted the people by defending your point and talking about, like, other start screens and stuff, but you insulted the developers of the game at Bethesda. Are you fucking me in the ass? No, I'm not even joking. If you were to read it as it were in the tone of voice that he kind of would probably have in this context, he literally insulted the developers for making a start screen like this, saying that the start screen wasn't good. It's a start screen. It's a UI. And then going on to explain a stupid point that only you did, and you are out of practice, supposedly, for this. It's just so fucking stupid to me that you just don't seem to get what you're talking about. But we move on to his next thing here, where he's still defending his point, saying, never judge your book by its cover is a huge myth. Authors know this. People buy covers all the time. I mean, maybe back in the day, in terms of when they couldn't have things like the internet, but they would always also have the blurb of the book on the back of it. That's how I would actually buy the book as well. If I looked at the book and said, "Ooh, that's an interesting cover," turned it over, and then read the forward stuff on the back, or just kind of skimmed through specific parts, I would open the book because I prefer to be an informed person. And most people do. Most people do want to be informed about what they're purchasing. It just kind of makes sense in the long term. So no, while some people might do that, a lot of people don't. And then, what an absolute tool you are. Any self-respecting person would have deleted this shitpost by now. This is some serious low-life stuff. And he says, and then Grumzz says, it's a start screen. Y'all acting like I effed your mother. I have nothing to add there. That is just, again, him defending his stupid point is him defending his stupid point. Like, that be stupid. Except we have, you quite literally said the game could be bad based on the start screen. What is there to misunderstand? Reread it, and you'll see I said no such thing about the quality of the game. What? Alright, fine. Let's do what he says. Going back to reread it, he says, the psychonomy of start screen, which I'm fairly certain he means the psychology of start screens. The start screen of a game can reveal a lot about how rushed the team was, and how much pride they took in their work. Starfeild's start screen either shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team over work, or a team that didn't care. If we again are to take this and understand it in the way that we're talking about here, right, and think about it for a solid few minutes, even sitting on this, and after everything that I've shown you here, right, how are you saying that the game is not going to be a broken, buggy mess if you are, again, talking about how, quote, shows hasty shipping deadlines by a passionate team over work, or a team that didn't care? Both saying that the team either sucks because of upper management and how they were overworked in that context, or how the team didn't care enough to put any passion into the game, therefore the game will suck. How is that to be interpreted any other way? You see where we're coming from now because of the way that I'm explaining this to you like you are 5. Very, very dumb. But we move on. And then he goes on to then clear out the tweets arguing with Xbox, which, while funny, they aren't productive and probably boring to most on my feed. The start screen tweet remains. Thank you for your unneeded opinion. And you know that that is such a bad, fucking, stupid, dumbass take when I agree with the Red Dragon. You made me agree with the Red Dragon, Grumzz. You made me agree with him. What the fuck? What the hell? Like, no, I'm... I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Even a broken clock can be right twice a day, but agreeing with the Red Dragon, I never thought would fucking happen in my entire life. Like, okay, that's actually a lie. I agree with people that I hate or people that I clown on all the time. Even Harmon Smith. So he's a very delusional weirdo. And then we have also, he then goes on to talk about the other comment that we read a little bit earlier about the... So, I'm not sure what's worse, complaining about a game start screen or trying to link it to... Either way, Clown World continues to deliver daily. Again, I agree with the Red Dragon here. Like, totally amazing how I'm agreeing with this man. But I am. Here we are. Very cool. Not really cool. Kind of dumb. So, finally, we are talking about Hassan. Now, we're going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about Hassan and how his nuclear cake is also not really generating a lot of hype because the Grumzz one kind of overtook this, but Hassan is a known person to do reactionary. And I don't think I've covered him specifically, but he was around during the saga for XQC and his reaction content. So, you can tell he has very nuclear takes in this way, and he is talking about Starfeild in this way. So we're going to watch the full clip, and I'm going to give you my commentary on this, and then we're going to end the video. So let's continue.
This game is a reflection of the incredible and passionate team that made it.
Damn, dude. Y'all ride that dick. You guys are riding the dick of white men. Okay, white men that have lied to you in the past. They've lied to you and they've led you astray and they've hurt your feelings and you're still riding it.
Moments.
Hey. I'm gonna be honest, like, I have nothing to add to that, and I might even cut out this bit. If not, and you're hearing this commentary, Jesus Christ. Jesus H. Tap Dancing Christ, Hassan. What kind of take is that? How do you somehow make Grumzz complaining about a start screen menu look more intelligent than you? Like, that at least had some thought put into it. And yet yours did not. It's like, that's like saying, right, that, oh, you like this thing? Like, you like, I don't know, fucking the internet, I guess? Well, good, because the white people built it up and stuff. Not really, I think that the original was like a woman who made the internet, but the white guy, whatever. Like, how was that meant to be funny? Was that meant to be like a thing? Like, what the fuck kind of, oh my god, I can't even. You know what, I'm gonna just stop myself there. I'm very tired because I'm recording this pretty early in the morning because I woke up early to take out the dog and stuff, and I'm fucking tired. So yeah. In any case, my name is GamePango21. If you want to support what it is that I do, links to everything down in the description. Patreon, gumroad, several other factors. Grumzz, you are a absolute mad dog house that's just brimming with just stupidity. Same with you, Hassan. And a peace off